A brand new chapter of the rezero web novel has been released, Arc 8 Chapter 37, and is called "It is Time for a Foreshadowing." Let's get into the chapter. So it starts out with Heinkel's point of view. Shortly before Rowan meets Celicus, Heinkel just walked into a house where two people has died. After a short somber thought from Heinkel, we jump into the group having reunited and a chaotic convo ensues. Neither Rowan or Cece, it's just called Celicus, are particularly easy to talk to. It takes Rowan some paragraphs and it took him a long dialogue before he even notices that Celicus has shrunk. So Celicus is still shrunk as a kid. So we are not really sure. Well, I'm pretty sure that Olbart did turn Celicus into a kid, most likely. But neither really care about that. Heinkel thinks that maybe he has kind of spirit Rowan, since he too is the father of someone who is considered the strongest. A bit in the convo, Groovy wakes up. They started talking about Rowan and how he got branded as a criminal in the first place, and apparently Rowan tried to get Celicus to kill the Emperor so that every soldier in the Empire will come after him, so that Celicus could reach the Heavenly Sword. Celicus, however, ratted him out and Rowan was banished. Celicus also didn't remember why he did it, so he's not too upset that his father tried to do that, though. And his father doesn't have any human emotions anyway, since he had 5 or 6 children before Celicus, and you wonder how Celicus turned out the way he did. I mean, come on. He had 5 or 6 children before Celicus, and that's all he killed, because they had no talent. So Rowan killed all the kids because they had no talent. Heinkel realizes that maybe he's gonna emphasize Rowan at all. Meanwhile, Al is getting a headache trying to talk to Rowan, and Celicus and Groovy throws in commentary in which usually harsh tone from time to time. So Al is getting really annoyed with all this conversation and nothing's getting done. But at the end of the convo, Al goes through everyone and asks if they want to remain together in the capital and progress together, since he needs to save Priscilla and the others have their own reasons for being there. So everybody's having their own agenda. He says that even if they are not heroes who will solve this problem, they at least can contribute. Celicus calls this talk about hero foreshadowing, and actually we came up with the title of this chapter, and the chapter ends there. It was a short and sweet chapter. And we guessed it right in the last chapter. If Rowan's there, Heinkel and Groovy will be next to Rowan, so we were correct about them being the next chapter. I wonder if we're going to get a Priscilla point of view chapter, or Yorna. We haven't heard from them for a while. Maybe it goes right back to Subaru, maybe it goes back to Rim. We're not really sure what the next couple of chapters will come to with the point of view change. I'm sure we're going to get everybody in the point of view. I'm sure of that before the high fighting starts. I can't wait to see Al and Celicus face Balor again. That was actually interesting. And then also, you wonder how Celicus turned out the way he did because of Rowan. Rowan killed 5 and 6 of his children because he had no talent. So that's pretty harsh, and you wonder what happened to Celicus later in his life. I wonder if Celicus and Subaru will ever turn back to normal. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't think no one thought about it. I think Olbart turned Celicus into a kid. I'm pretty sure of that. But very short chapter. It was a great chapter. I like how Celicus and Al work together and have these dialogues. It's great to see Groovy, Heinkel, Rowan, and Celicus and Al all talk. It's really interesting. But it was good. It's been a lot of going on. But this chapter doesn't have that much going on, but it's still an important piece that goes into it. So it plays a big role into this chapter right here. It can set something up for fighting later in the next couple chapters. But I'll see you in the next chapter.